Hey, what's going on, everybody? We got some breaking news here today in the YouTube guitar community. We have another guitar company that has been founded by two famous guitar YouTubers. So this is huge, man. I had no idea this was coming today, so I want to make a genuine, honest reaction to this news with you all today. Go on their website, check out their guitar, and, just see what they have to offer, okay? So boom, up on your screen right now, we have the Badlands Guitar Company. This is the homepage of their brand new website. And right here, this is the flagship and currently the only guitar that they have in their guitar lineup. So I'll put a link to this website as well as a link to the Tone King's video so you guys can kind of just listen to what he has to say. And I don't want to, misspeak on anything, but I'm paraphrasing everything that he says in this video and delivering the news to you all. But basically, man, Badlands is a guitar company based out of the USA that makes USA guitars over in California, and they do limited runs with their guitars. So based on the aesthetic and the vibes, not only of the guitar, but also just like the logo and the layout of the website, man, this thing is screaming the 80s. And that's kind of their niche and their market that they're trying to break into here, okay? Call it how it is, man. This looks like very 1986, 87 Sunset Strip. Now, if you're a super shredder or just a lead player, this is right up your alley, right? So let's check out the guitar, man. Let's just check out the specs, okay? GX1 Redline, limited 2023 production run, available as right-handed or left-handed and tremolo and hardtail version. Ooh. I obviously love hardtails, but what I love about this guitar, and we'll get to it, is the fact that it's a top-mounted tremolo system, not a floating tremolo system. So very, very 80s, right? Floating bridges weren't really the thing. It was always kind of like the top mounted and just dive bombs, kind of like Eddie Van Halen, right? Custom graphics, the GX1 echoes eye-catching custom hand-painted graphics that made the finest 80s hard rock guitar stand out in a crowded scene. Custom USA pickups. Our BGC M88 pickup set is custom designed and wound in the United States. Okay, case, and we got QC. So what's interesting is not only is the guitar brand new, but it seems like they're doing in-house pickups as well. Not sure how I feel about that. I mean, I think it's cool and, I'm excited for them all, but, it's called how it is. People like brand name pickups, right? And especially with a new guitar company, that might be something interesting to keep your eye on to see if people like those or not. Who knows? Maybe they're the sickest pickups of all time. But you guys know what I'm saying? The sound and style and design of the 80s hard rock guitars is undergoing a resurgence. Many of our biggest and best names in the guitar manufacturing are looking back to sights and sounds of the Sunset Strip as catalysts for reissues and reimaginings, of their original designs. Is that true? I mean, Fender did the Strat like 2 or 3 years ago. Charvel's always been putting out the same thing. EVH is putting out the same thing. I don't know, is 80s kind of making resurgence? I'm not exactly sure, from my own naive experience and opinion, but, they're certainly trying to cater towards these 80s styles of players. And before I go any further, any sort of criticism or anything that's not, like, overbearingly positive, is nothing other than just an honest opinion, and just, who am I to say about anything, okay? So please don't get it twisted. I'm allowed to be a little lukewarm on something, right? Unique custom graphics look great on stage and in the studio, just like the best 80s hard rock guitars do. Yeah, dude. I mean, these stripes right here, I mean, this is very, very 80s. Again, very interesting how they're just diving on in to the fact that, they're just going all out on 80s stuff. Got a Goto trim as well as a Goto hardtail right here. Custom spec BGC M88 humbuckers, only available through Badlands Guitar Company, are custom voiced to deliver the cutting sound and extreme performance needed for everything from power ballads, tough rhythms, and screaming solos. Heck yeah, man. So this is really, really interesting. I'm not sure why 2023 is the time to do this, to really pay homage to the 80s. And then each guitar gets a hardshell case. We got a DiMarzio USA strap. So one of these right here, these straps are super rad, so that's cool. Runway audio instrument cable, V-Picks original acrylic guitar pick, Floyd Rose, hex hider magnetic Allen wrench, okay. Thank you card, QC hand tags, backstage pass. I think the backstage pass is like backstage access to like maybe their Facebook group or like their email list, or like their like, what was that back in the day when like celebrities and like sports players used to do that? Fan club. Fan club. Oh my God, I'm getting dementia as we speak. Document folder, signed certificate of authenticity. So the neck pickup is 10K, bridge pickup 14K. So pretty, very hot actually. Yeah, man, cool. All checks out. I mean, they're doing everything right in terms of delivering the 80s guitars. I mean, looking at the guitar, I think the guitar looks pretty rad. I mean, it looks like what it's trying to do. 1 volume, 3-way, high output pickups, it's not a roasted maple, it's a kind of tinted maple, kind of making it look older than it really is. Nickel frets, which I found interesting. Top mounted, it's not a Floyd, but top mounted Godot tremolo. I like that a lot, as well as the locking nut. Not bad, man. You know what I mean? Like it's solid. A solid guitar for what they're trying to do, you know? I'm surprised there's no push-pull pot. I know that wasn't really the thing in the 80s per se, but you know, it seems like almost all guitars do that anymore. P.O. Box over in Jersey, just right up the road from me. I'm pretty sure that's Tone King spot. Interesting they didn't go with a modern heel cut here. I know, again, going back to the 80s, but it seems like a lot of guitar players love the modern heel cut, myself included. So it's interesting they went with like the traditional kind of squared off block neck heel there. And to the best of my knowledge, all these guitars are limited. So like this red one right here is only like for the initial launch, and they won't, you know, be back around. Looking at this folder here, parental advisory, badass guitar. It's funny. So looking at these signatures, we got the Tone King, Phillip McKnight, Luca somebody, and Brian somebody else too. So yeah, 4 owners of this company, and like I said in the beginning of this video, most notably Phillip McKnight and the Tone King. So interesting, man. Interesting. You know, I mean, I guess now is as good of a time as any time, but like it's just interesting. Maybe with the whole resurgence of Stranger Things and like It Chapter 1 was very 80s inspired. I don't know, man. Like, just seems like an interesting time and an interesting market to try to dive into. Not only that, we got to compete with Charvel, EVH, Jackson, BC Rich, Ibanez, Kramer. Basically, there's a lot of brands that already have like the 80s kind of locked in place, right? So to try to dive into that market, although they are beautiful guitars and I like, you know, just everything about them aesthetically for the most part, for what they're going for, it's just interesting that they're going to try to put their hat into that ring and come out swinging with $2,500. Another thing I can think of here is the guitar players that were playing 80s guitars are now like reaching a little bit older in age. My generation, the millennials, like, you know, we're in our late 20s, early 30s right now. So, you know, this isn't exactly nostalgia for us, but I mean, it's cool nonetheless, dude. Like, these are really cool guitars, and I just find it very, very interesting and a very unique approach for a brand new guitar company. But I'll just say this, dude, congrats to everybody involved, man. This is super cool. Anybody who is going after something and trying to create something and just make something cool for consumers and themselves, I'm all for it, man. I love people following their dreams and their passions. That's really, really cool, man. So everybody involved, if you're watching, just congrats. I'm really excited for you. And the Tone King, dude, if you're watching, man, congrats. You know, I don't want to invite myself over. I haven't seen you in a long, long time. But if you still got that air fryer, maybe we can have a dinner night together. Maybe we could talk about these things. I don't know, man. But anyway, dude, these are really interesting, yet cool guitars. It's just, I find it interesting to try to dive on into, you know, the 80s market right now. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys right now. So I want to leave it up to you guys, the viewers. What do you guys think of this news? What do you guys think of this company? My overall thoughts and opinions, like I said a million times, man, it's interesting. I'm really stoked for everybody, and it's really, really cool. I love the fact that they have a top-mounted tremolo system. However, with that being said, I'm really curious to see how these will shake up against everybody else, every other guitar company that's already got the 80s kind of locked down. So, with that being said, everybody, let me know what you guys think about this news. I love delivering the news and talking about them. Like I said, man, I'm stoked, dude. No shade thrown here, man. Congrats to anybody and everybody involved, okay? So, with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. Be sure to subscribe on your way out. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay metal. I'll see you guys next time. Later.